but you get the idea. It makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Hey guys, we are back for some more Phoenix Wright. Last time was interesting. Go check it out if you haven't seen it. Right? And we kind of ended off on a cliffhanger because I had to go to stupid OT.
It's not stupid. It helps you get better.
Yeah, I know. I don't really see the difference between OT and PG though.
OT handles these.
It's a
Interesting.
my hearing aid a little higher. So yeah, last time we had to make a choice whether this guy is clearly a killer, is guilty or not guilty. And I know what you're saying. And I know what you're thinking. Well, obviously guilty. If he's obviously the killer. But here's the thing. One of our friends, Maya, she's a very good friend, got kidnapped and by an assassin. And he was like, if you don't get this guy on a not guilty verdict, I'm gonna kill her. So, like either, but if we choose not guilty, then an innocent woman named Adrian Andrews is also gonna die. So like, it's like, which one do I pick? Is he guilty? Is he not? Is he guilty? Is he not? And honestly, I feel like if we hit not guilty, like either Francisca or Gumshoe was just gonna come running in and be like, hold it, pal. I got your evidence right here. Oh, and Maya too.
You think so? Well, Maya's still kidnapped, so I think she's going to be running it.
Well, no, that's what they've been trying to do, though.
Right.
If they just get Maya away from the killer, that's his name, Shelly the Killer, then we could just straight up say, yep, he's guilty. And then game over, it's done. But right now, keep me up.
Well,
Can you fix my butt?
fix your leg.
My butt.
Your butt.
A little more.
Well,
Well, what?
what are we going to pick? We've had 4 days to think about it. And your client, Mr. Matt Ungard, is innocent. There's no need to ask, old man. After all, my lawyer's gonna say what I want, aren't you? Right? I can't do this. But I have to decide something. I can't count on the evidence to help me anymore. I have to listen to my heart. My client, man on guard, is...
I want to know your opinion.
Well, I think that Maya would want us to get a guilty verdict.
Yeah, she said so.
Mm-hmm. And he's clearly guilty.
So yeah, but it's just... If we choose that,
Shelley has no idea what's happening right now. Remember, because we didn't call him on the radio again. So he has no idea that what we're saying here.
he's gonna find out though.
But can we get Maya free before he finds out that we accused Matt of being, the killer? Because if we can get everything sorted before Shelley the killer hears about it, then Shelley has no idea. It's your choice. I've given my opinion. I'm waiting, Mr. Lawyer.
Guilty.
We are waiting for your answer, Mr. Wright. Madame Guard, your client deserves an answer.
Maya, I'm sorry. Matt on guard is... Franziska von Karma. She came just in time.
What are you doing here? Ow!
You see now, don't you, Mr. Phoenix Wright? This is exactly why you should never take your eyes off the scruffy fools.
Did you bring them? The final pieces. Do you have them?
You should know better than to ask that, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Von Karma is perfect in every way. The evidence is here in perfect condition.
So now it's Phoenix, Miles, and Franziska all teaming up on this guy.
Don't worry about Scruffy. He's fine. And his injuries are minor. All the items are inside this.
That's his coat.
What a filthy old coat this is.
That's Gumshoes. I can spot his tattered rags anywhere.
I apologize for his ugliness.
Yep.
But there was nothing else to wrap the items in.
I fought long and hard this whole trial. All for what is inside that raggedy coat. I'm sure that inside that coat lies a crucial piece of evidence. Your Honor, inside that filthy coat are the defense's final pieces of evidence.
Your final evidence? This trial is already over. All that remains is for me to hand down my verdict. I do not believe that any evidence presented now would change the outcome of this trial.
What? Your Honor, it is our duty to examine every piece of evidence, down to the last. I request that Miss Von Karma be allowed to present these pieces of evidence.
I suppose you were right, Mr. Edgeworth. I grant permission to do so. However, this one obvious rule applies here. If these items do not bring up any new points, then they will not be accepted by this court. Now, Miss Von Karma, if you please.
These pieces of evidence are items left by the killer during his escape from the police.
He must have been in quite a rush.
Yes, Your Honor. The killer left 3 pieces of evidence.
3. Somewhere among the evidence we're about to see, there will be something that will turn this whole situation around, like a miracle. I'm sure of it.
That is all we can hope for. The first item is a pistol.
Does the killer's pistol have anything to do with this case? I mean, we might as well try and get as
Yeah,
many
it might
details
help,
as we
actually.
can. Does that pistol have any relation to this case?
We have yet to perform a ballistics test, so I can't say anything for certain. However, I believe it has something to do with this case. At least with me.
Yeah.
You're right.
That's the pistol that he used to shoot you, isn't it?
That's why I believe yes.
Oh.
I kept the bullet they removed from my shoulder as a sort of memento. I'm sure it will be an excellent sample for the test.
So that's the pistol that was used to shoot Franziska. It's probably not going to help us very much. Pistol added. A small caliber pistol that is thought to have been fired by the killer at Franziska.
The second piece of evidence is this videotape.
I bet the killer took that from Ungard Mansion.
Definitely adds detail.
Have you checked the contents of that tape?
Unfortunately, there was no time to.
Oh, yeah.
But I could speculate that this tape is very important.
Why would you say that?
Because he came back to his hideout for it.
The killer went back for it?
That's right. It looks like he was trying to recover it. He injured 3 of the police officers at the site. But somehow, it looked like they managed to protect it from the killer. Kelly the killer is no ordinary man.
One of the items retrieved. The killer violently tried to recover it. Contents unknown.
The last piece of evidence is this bellboy's uniform.
Is that a uniform from the Gatewater Hotel? Was that used during the crime?
I'm almost certain it was. There's even a pair of black leather gloves in one of the pockets.
There's no doubt about it. The killer was wearing this on the night of the murder.
There's one thing I found interesting about this uniform.
And what is that?
There's a button missing on this uniform.
A button?
It's a very unique button. I'm sure if we were to recover it, it would provide us with an interesting clue.
Worn by the killer on the night of the murder, one of its special buttons is missing.
That is all I have to present, Your Honor.
It's just as I thought.
And what is that, Your Honor?
I'm sure were we under normal circumstances, these items from Shelley the Killer's hideout would be very important clues. However, Our question is not who did the killing.
It is, who is the client?
Yes, that is correct. And these 3 items do not tell us anything about that. Thank you for your hard work, Miss Von Karma. You may step down now.
Wait, Your Honor. Please allow me to examine this new evidence.
Overruled. This court already has all the evidence it needs to hand down a verdict.
Wonderful. Absolutely splendid. This judge is such a brilliant man, isn't he? Is this the end?
Phoenix.
I knew it. There's no such thing as a miracle in this world, is there?
I think you're wrong. I think they do exist. But you have to make that miracle happen. You've come this far. You can't give up now.
But, no matter how you think about it, it's...
Try, for my sake. Just think about it for a second. There are 2 ways out of the situation for us.
2?
The first, make Ungar wish from the bottom of his soul for a guilty verdict.
Huh?
The killer will always place his client's wishes first. If Ungar himself wishes to be convicted, then he will let his hostage go.
That's a good point. If we make Ungard want to be proven guilty, then the killer will be like, oh, well, that's what he wants, so I'll let Maya go. That may be true, but that's asking me to do the impossible.
The second way, force the killer to end his contract with Ungar. If the killer were to no longer think of Ungar as his client, then he would let Maya go.
Mia, that's even more impossible. He's a man who values his duty toward his clients above all else.
I know both of these seem impossible, but impossible seems at first. But if you could make either one happen, it would truly be a miracle.
The bigger problem is, the judge has already said he doesn't need any more evidence. The pieces he was just shown, he's not accepting them.
Phoenix, think things through from the other side. Isn't that what always why is this line so hard? Isn't that what has always worked out for us? Wow, why was that so hard?
The other side. Wait, does she mean... You mean to turn things around?
Phoenix, the judge says he doesn't need the evidence.
So we have to show that the evidence needs the judge! No, Phoenix.
If that's the case, then who does need it?
The person who needs the evidence.
The defense, the prosecution, and the judge. We have seen all the pieces of evidence. And that is how we have come to know the truth. But there is one person who has yet to see them all. And that person does not know the truth. The truth. That truth. It may be what will bring about the miracle in the end.
There are no objections this time, correct? Now then, I will pronounce my verdict.
Why don't we all respectfully sit back and listen, kids?
I have already told you, Mr. Wright, This court does not need any more evidence.
I'm not saying it is us that needs the evidence, Your Honor.
Then, you want to show the evidence to that person?
Yes, Your Honor.
I have no clue who you're talking about.
Please, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, for you to ask with such passion, I'll grant you one chance.
One chance?
Please show your evidence to who you think is the right person.
That's impossible. To turn the situation around in one try.
One try. That is all I will permit.
I have to try to remember everything that has happened up to this point. Think, Phoenix, think! There must be a way to save Maya while taking on guard down at the same time.
Now then, Mr. Wright, let's not waste any more time. Who would you like to show evidence to?
Who doesn't know everything that's happened in this courtroom? Well, I mean, okay, so process of elimination. Maya does not know everything that's happened. Pearl doesn't know everything that's happened. Gumshoe has been helping us the entire time, so he knows everything that's happened, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, he knows everything up until the car crash, but he also had the evidence from the car crash.
Yeah.
So he knows everything. Franziska is standing right here. Edgeworth is standing right here. Will Powers knows most of it. Lotta Hart, who knows? Juan obviously doesn't know everything, but we can't show a dead body evidence. Matt is our client, so he knows everything. Wendy doesn't know everything. Adrian knows most of what's going on. Celeste is dead. John Doe is actually Shelley the Killer, who also, I think I even pointed out, he doesn't know what's happening right now.
I see.
So, Maya, Pearl, Will, Lotta, Wendy, or Shelley. And knowing the way she is, I would say Wendy is sitting in the audience watching the whole thing. Because she wants to see her dear one be avenged. So Maya, Pearl, who I'm guessing Pearl would know most of what's going on. Also, we can't show Pearl anything. Because Mia's in her body. And there's no way to show Maya anything.
Bless you.
Thank you. So Will, Lotta, or Shelley? I'm thinking of Shelley. Because I even pointed out, he doesn't know everything that's going on in the court right now.
Yes, but I'm scared of him.
Well, Mia even said that one of the things is if we can get Shelley to not think of Matt as his client anymore. So if we've got evidence that proves that, like, makes Shelley go, oh, he's not my client, then we get out. Because the other option, it was either make Shelley not see Matt as his client anymore, or make Matt feel guilty. And chances are there's no way to make Matt feel guilty. Plus, Matt knows everything that's happening, so he's not who we have to show evidence to. So it's got to be Shelley, right?
It's the only one that makes sense.
I saved right before, so.
I see. And now, tell this court what one piece of evidence you would like to show this person.
What do we want to show him? Attorney's badge, Magatama, picture of the Nickel Samurai, press conference ticket. Is there something in the picture of the Nickel Samurai? That would... No. So if we go by this, if we go by, we have to show Shelly something that makes him not think of Matt as his client anymore. I thought maybe we had to like call up Shelly and be like, "Hey, we're gonna hire you. Turn over Matt. That's all we're paying you for." Press conference ticket. He didn't know about that. Or at least he says he didn't. Radio transceiver. I mean, obviously, Shelly knows about that. Lotus camera. The gossip, I'm sure he probably knew vaguely of it. A map. The guitar case. The wine glass. He knows about that. I'm pretty sure we talked to him about that. Crime photo. A button covered in blood. I don't know why I keep coughing. Suicide report. Maybe like he wouldn't think of Matt as his client if he knew why Matt wanted Juan dead. I don't know. Maybe Shelly doesn't care. Adrian Andrews trying to kill herself. I don't think that would matter. Juan was strangled with a scarf and stabbed with a knife. Obviously, Shelly knows about that because he's the one who killed him. What if Matt had Adrian stab Juan's body? Like, what if Matt sent Adrian over there on purpose? Just to muddy up the thing. The picture that Lotta took of Adrian. The calling card. Maybe because Matt would have seen the calling card. And Shelly's like, you should have told her to put that back. You broke my trust. The spy camera to record the murder. The transmitter that sends the camera footage. The stuffed bear. The receipt for the stuffed bear. The picture of Celeste. Figurine. Celeste's suicide note, which ended up being fake. The pistol. The videotape. And the uniform. See, I immediately thought one of the buttons is missing.
Yeah, same here.
Right?
That's what I thought.
So maybe it's like he kept the button? Like he kept the button as like so that if it came down to it, he would have evidence. He'd be like, "Oh, well, weren't you wearing a bellboy uniform? Oh, look at this button that I found. How did I get that?" But no, the blood came when Adrian stabbed him. So, Shelly was already long gone. So, what would make Shelly not think of Matt as his client anymore? Apart from money. I mean, he thought that his client was Adrian, but he thought that Adrian was a guy. And I'm guessing is also the guy that actually ended up being Matt.
Sheldon,
Yeah.
you do know that she was lying to, like, protect Matt, right?
About Adrian Andrews?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he was lying about that.
Was he?
Why would she be his client?
Because he got an email saying, I want you to kill Juan Carita, signed Adrian Andrews. And he thought Adrian was a guy's name. So he was working for Matt, but he thought Matt's name was Adrian.
Oh, that's what you're going at. Okay.
Yes. He thought that Adrian was the guy that he was working for.
Keep pulling out.
That was the whole thing about, remember when he goes, yes, I met Adrian, he was a great guy. And we went, what do you mean he?
I thought he was straight up lying about the entire thing.
I don't think so. Because remember, he said that his client had already broken their trust. I don't remember how. Oh, by trying to pin the murder on someone else.
Yeah.
Because all he heard over the transceiver was Adrian stabbed Juan's body. And he went, oh, my client stabbed the body. He messed with the crime scene. That was like rule 1. So he already doesn't trust his client. Like, he thinks his client is Adrian. Well, thought. So, what could we... Maybe it's something we have to use to get him to realize that Matt definitely wasn't his client? But that would be like lying to him. Being like, oh yeah, Adrian's totally your client. Ah. I have to get him to do something. You have to show him something. Well, tell him about something, I guess. What can we show him to make him not see Matt as his client anymore? Again, apart from money. Apart from giving him money and paying him so that he has a new client. What would get him to not see Matt as his client anymore? If he broke his trust. Because that's his whole thing. Is trust is first and foremost. So so that means that Matt would have had to try and pin the blame on someone else? Or do something to break Shelley's trust? To make it so that Shelley wouldn't trust him anymore. I mean, remember, I just saved so we can just try something and see.
It seems kind of risky. I know you saved, but scares me.
We're dumb.
What?
What would prove that he can't trust Matt? Trust is a two-way street. Yes?
I suppose.
So if he can't trust Matt, that means that also Matt can't trust him, right?
Kind of confused. The camera?
What if Matt didn't trust that the killer was actually going to kill him? And so he recorded it. Or wanted it for blackmail. He kept it as evidence.
That makes sense.
He kept it as evidence to cover his own butt.
That makes a lot of sense. Wow, we are dumb.
Do we try it?
you said you saved the one her, right?
Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth?
I don't have anything to say to this.
How about you, Miss Von Karma?
Well, I was just shot, so.
I'm afraid I cannot allow the defense to continue.
What?
Ah, damn.
I thought that was perfect.
No one understands
Yeah,
what you're
you
talking
did.
about anymore.
Wait, please, one more chance.
That is enough, Mr. Wright. I'll now state my verdict. This court finds the defendant, Matt on guard,
Not guilty. Yay!
That is all. This court is adjourned.
Go back, please.
I can't until it gives us, like, if we lost. Does that count as us losing? Because we do get Maya back. I ran away from the courtroom and wandered the streets alone. I never saw Maya again. Oh. The killer is a man of his word, so I'm sure he released her as promised. I heard the verdict of Miss Andrews' trial a few days later. She was found guilty, of course. The miracle never happened. Maybe it was never meant to. Because a miracle is something that doesn't exist. The end.
Okay, so that wasn't right.
We got a trophy for it.
What did it say?
Justice ill served.
My arm.
So that I thought we were on to something there.
Yeah, me too. But then what could it be?
I mean, it has to be Shelley that we show something to, right?
Are we gonna have to look this up?
Well, it has to be Shelley, right? We agree on that.
I mean, I don't see who else it could be.
Exactly. Because we either have to get Matt to feel guilty, which isn't going to work if we show Matt something, because he already knows all the evidence. So nothing we do is going to make him feel guilty. Look at that man.
How are you gonna guilt trip that guy?
Exactly. Meaning it has to be Shelley that we show something to. We have to have some way of showing Shelley that Matt is not his client.
I'm so sorry, guys. I keep yawning, and I don't know why. So it has to be chili.
Yes. But what do we show him? If it's not literally the fact that Matt was recording him for, like, blackmail. Let's talk through each piece. As application suspending in 15 minutes, because license cannot be verified. Alright, so we're a lawyer.
He knows that.
This has not come into use once during a trial.
What?
The Magatama?
Yeah, I know. So I noticed.
The Nickel Samurai looks like that. So he's not your client.
That makes no sense.
The one was going to hold a press conference. So he's not your client. Or shouldn't be your client. Or isn't your client. Or wouldn't be your client. I don't even know which conjugation to use. Okay. That does make sense though, because that was something Juan did that Matt had no idea about. Actually, I'm guessing Matt did know about it since he had
Yeah, since he had
Shelly to kill her,
Shelly
kill
killed him.
Juan for it. Obviously, he knows about that. This was literally just a camera and a tabloid article. This was just a tabloid, which doesn't even have anything to do with Matt. This was a map. This was a guitar case, which I'm sure Shelly knew about because he was in the room murdering Juan. The wine glass with Adrian's fingerprints, which he knows about because he knows that Adrian tried to pin the murder on someone else. So anything related to Adrian being in the room can't be it. Which means also the knife is out. The crime photo, obviously Shelly knows what the crime scene looked like. He was there. He was the crime doer. The Jammin' Ninja's button, again, he knows about because Adrian tried to pin the murder. Suicide report, I don't see how that would change anything. Attempted suicide report, again, don't see how that would change anything. The autopsy report, he knows how Juan died. The knife, again, Adrian pinning the blame. Picture. Maybe? Because maybe he thought that this was his client? But that doesn't make sense. Because he just was like, oh, I was mistaken. They were wearing a mask. So I didn't know. The calling card. I still really think it would have been, you know, him, like, blackmailing Shelly or, like, not trusting that Shelly would actually do it. He was like, oh, you don't trust me? I guess our trust is broken. Yeah, Matt's the guy who hired me. That was the thing that sent the camera footage to somewhere else, which ended up being the secret room in Matt's mansion. Yeah. The stuffed bear. Maybe that's what we have to present? Instead of the camera, it's the bear? No, that doesn't make sense, though. Why would it be the bear and not the camera? The receipt showing that Ungard bought the bear. Celeste's photo. Found it. Matt's house. With love, Celeste is written on it. I almost had something there. I was going to say maybe because of the figurine, because Matt wouldn't know that the suicide note was in the figurine. But if it was Adrian who did that, and if Adrian knew that the suicide note was in there, she would have burned it, like she said. The suicide note that was written in Juan's handwriting. The pistol he used to shoot Franziska. The tape that he went back to Ungard Mansion to try and take. Maybe? Because, I mean, what if the tape is of the murder?
That's what I was thinking. Like, maybe that transceiver, everything that the, you know, camera and transceiver had, took it on that tape.
but we have no idea. So we'd be guessing. But the killer really wanted that tape. Like, he attacked police officers to try and get that tape. And why would he try and attack police officers to get the tape back unless it has something incriminating on it? Like a murder. You want to try that one? Okay. This would be so much easier if Sora was here to give us hints.
Right? Like, why is Sora here?
Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth?
I think there is some merit. Oh! In showing this evidence to that witness.
We got it!
Bailiff, please bring in the transceiver from earlier.
Alright. Well, looks like I managed to convince him. Maya, she's okay, right? Didn't I tell you to concern yourself with bringing about a speedy end to this trial? Now, if I understand correctly... No, wait, what was it that I used last week?
A
A
cup.
glass, right?
Yeah, with a cup, I think.
Now, if I understand correctly, you wish to show me one piece of evidence.
Yes, one is all I need. I have here a videotape. It was found at your hideout. I heard you injured 3 officers in your attempt to get this back.
That was most regrettable. However, it was in order for my client. I was told to protect that videotape.
I thought so.
I'm afraid I seem to have failed in that regard.
Do you know the contents of this tape?
I was sternly told by my client to not watch it.
Yeah, because if it's of the murder, then you'd know that Matt had blackmail on you. He had dirt on you.
So I have absolutely no idea.
Actually, you're on this tape.
Me?
There was a video camera hidden at the crime scene. Why we couldn't just show him the video camera, I don't know. Your actions were being recorded.
What?
Is that true, Mr. Wright?
Who was it that planted a camera?
Well, the only person who could have placed a camera at the scene of the crime would be your client, naturally.
That was Adrian Andrews.
Be quiet and listen, Your Honor. It's like, be quiet and listen, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Your client specified a place and time for you. Isn't that right? Oh my god, he did. He went, do it at this place at this exact time.
Yes?
That was so they could film you.
I had no idea. Mr. Wright, why would my client do such a thing?
Because he didn't trust you.
I would like to know why.
Simple, because he didn't trust you.
Why did Matt and Guard film the crime scene?
One of the options there better be he didn't trust you.
Right? The reason why he did that is my ticket out of this whole mess. There's only one reason why your client would secretly film the crime scene. They wanted to see Juan get his, wanted blackmail on you, or didn't trust your skills.
Probably the second one, isn't it?
I don't know, but 2 and 3 are both our 2 theories. That either he didn't trust you, or he wanted to blackmail you.
Which one seems more offensive?
Which one what?
Seems more offensive.
Seems more offensive?
And most likely.
More offensive for a normal person would be blackmail. But for someone like Shelley the Killer, he would be extremely offended if you didn't trust that he could kill someone. So I don't know. All I know is it's not wanted to see Juan get his. He didn't record it because he wanted to see Juan die. He's an evil man, but he's not that evil.
No, heck no.
So either he wants to blackmail Shelley, or he didn't trust Shelley to be able to kill Juan. I mean, if he didn't trust Shelley to kill Juan, he would have found out pretty quickly. When he goes, oh, Juan, you're not dead. He wouldn't need a recording to see that Juan's still walking around. So I don't think that one makes sense. So I think it's blackmail.
That makes sense. But we saved anyway.
Yes. Your client once told me something very interesting. We were talking about you, and this is what they said. But I'm no weakling. I don't believe anyone, least of all assassins. Oh, come now, Mr. Wright. Assassins aren't above blackmail. He said that. I totally forgot.
That.
Yes, that's where the video comes in. With that, I can keep him at bay and even blackmail him if I want. He totally flat out said that.
We're dumb.
Wow.
We're dumb.
Your client didn't trust you at all. They were thinking of using this video to blackmail you. What do you have to say to that, Shelley the Killer? Yeah, now he's mad. There's steam coming out of that transceiver.
It looks like I was being deceived from the very beginning.
Yes, by natural. That is the kind of person they are. Your client is a person who only thinks and plots of how to use the people around them to protect themselves from any and all dangers that may arise. That is the true nature of your client. I have one question for the witness.
Yes?
You told us one thing numerous times during your testimony. You said that you detest traitors most of all. And your client
Is a total traitor.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
And now I'm going to have to kill him.
But what if that traitor was your own client? What would you do then?
I'd murder him, of course.
Because I'm in stuff.
That's obvious. I'd murder him, of course. I would break our contract in that case. And then, I'd murder him, of course. That client would become my next target. I'd murder him, of course. For the honor of the killer name, even if it takes an eternity, I would follow that person to the ends of the earth to exact my punishment.
Because I am mad now.
Ezra's like, I see. I see! That's all I wanted to know. So the traitor becomes the killer's next target. Ah, I get it. This is how we'll turn this case around.
Mr. Wright.
We actually did both.
Do we?
Because we made it so that Shelley doesn't see Matt as his client anymore. And we're going to make Matt feel really guilty. Because he's going to be like, I'm going to get murdered.
Mr. Wright.
Yes?
My contract with my client is over as of now. I seem to have a new job on my hands. I'll now return to you your precious item. What the?
Oh, that's you.
Not the item.
Maya, thought I'd never see you again. Oh, thank goodness.
Now we can just say, okay, yep, he's guilty.
Yep.
This trial appears to have come to its conclusion. Ignore the fact that Matt's being, like, stabbed numerous times in the corner. However, I'm sort of...
Confused.
I don't quite know what just happened there with the client and the witness and... Ah! Miss Von Karma, where did that...
She always has you in her sights. Now, I do believe it's time to finally hand down a verdict.
guilty.
Oh,
Oh boy.
Mr. On Guard, it looks like somehow you got what you wanted. You will finally receive the acquittal you wanted so badly. You should be happy. But before that, I would like to make one final statement. Sometime in the near future, one very betrayed assassin may appear before you.
Yeah, I heard.
Needless to say, that man is very good at what he does. I'm sure you would understand what I mean if you watch this video.
You're gonna give him a heart attack. He's gonna die before the killer can get anywhere near him.
Right? Milk throws here and says, so satisfying. See, On Guard, put in his place.
Isn't it?
Help me. Now then, Your Honor, the verdict, if you please.
is this all right with you, Mr. Wright?
We have finally reached the end of a very long battle,
Seriously.
where he's convicted or acquitted. Acquitted. There is no escape for him now. Go on, Phoenix. Play whichever way your heart tells you.
Right, Chief. Not guilty or guilty.
Guilty. I'm not having an emotional breakdown anymore.
Matt On Guard. Even though I'm a lawyer, I cannot make your crime disappear. I think a guilty verdict is appropriate here. Me? My wonderful self? Guilty? Watch his eyes. They're like going all over. He's sweating hard. Even if you got an acquittal, the instant you set foot outside the detention center, your life would be in danger. It doesn't matter. If we said guilty, you're going to jail. If we said not guilty, you're going to get murdered. You're actually safer in the prison.
So
No matter which way you look at it, you can't run away from your crime anymore. No! Guilty!
what did he just do to himself? Yeah, but why?
Because he had a breakdown.
As always, it looks like we've uncovered the real truth.
We? I don't remember you helping out much in this.
Mr. Edgeworth, how is Matt On Guard?
I've left Miss Von Karma in charge of his incarceration. He will have quite a few new scars when she's done with him. I'm sure he's getting a full-course meal of whipped leather right about now.
Very good. That was a close one, wasn't it, witness?
Yes. I plan to pay my debt to society for my own crime, Your Honor. The first time I was called to witness stand during the trial, all I felt was despair.
She must be talking about the time Edgeworth really went after her. I guess she's trying to forgive him for what he did. This witness, how should I put this? She has an illness. If you're going to say you would choose death, that is of no concern to me.
But after that, when I was alone at the detention center, that's the first time I really saw myself for who I am. And today, when the two of you used your combined strength to convict, I felt like I've finally been saved.
Wow, this is the first time I've ever seen her smile.
She is. There's always someone who, doesn't smile the entire time, and then smiles at the end,
Right?
for one reason or another. I am really happy that you two were in charge of this case. I really don't know how to express how I feel at this moment. This is the first time I felt comfortable of myself. That's who I am. Thank you so much, everyone.
It looks like we have resolved everything at last. As for myself, there are still a few things I'm confused about. But everyone seems to be in good spirits. And that is good enough for me. That is all. This court is adjourned.
March 23rd, 5:14 p.m. District Court. Defendant Lobby Number 3.
You were great out there, Phoenix.
What I did out there was right, wasn't it?
This is the first time you've gotten a knock. This is the first time you've not gotten your client off. You got them a guilty verdict this time. But you have to look past all that to what's really important. You now realize that there is something more than just getting a not guilty, right?
We had the same breakthrough that Edgeworth had. Remember, Edgeworth would do anything to get a guilty verdict.
Yeah.
And we had to break our perfect record and get a guilty verdict.
We have to save like our best friend.
What?
To save like our best friend.
But no.
Yeah?
No. Edgeworth always wants a guilty verdict. But he had to break that when he realized that there's more than just getting a guilty verdict. Your perfect record doesn't matter when justice is to be done, right?
Right, and your best friend.
Yes.
You get the idea. I get the idea.
We had a perfect record.
Yeah, but then that guy gets to do it.
And we realized there's more to justice than just getting a not guilty. We had to actually break our perfect record. Our perfect record.
I don't really think it matters. We did what's right.
Exactly, that's the point. We had the same thing that Edgeworth went through.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we both realized we have to do what's right.
That perfect record doesn't really matter.
Exactly. Yes, I understand now.
Think back for a second. Think to the moment before Miss Von Karma arrived with the final piece of evidence. Think about the incredible decision you had to make.
It took us 4 days to make that decision.
Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear the defense's final statements on this matter.
I can't count on the evidence to help me anymore. I have to listen to my heart. Should I side with justice? Or should I save Maya's life?
Thankfully, we did both.
My client, Madame Guard, is
100% guilty. He is guilty. Or he is not guilty. Those were your choices. Your choice then. And your answer? The answer spoke to what being a lawyer means to you.
Oh, I didn't know this was going to become a personality quiz. Phoenix and Edgeworth win. They realize friendship is more important.
That's what I've been saying.
Right. Edgeworth. I have good news. Maya is now safe in police custody.
Really?
Okay, bye, Mia. She just went, see ya. Pearls.
You're telling us the truth, right, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, she's quite safe. She's on her way here as we speak in a patrol car.
Ah, Mystic Maya. Mystic Maya's safe. You did it. You really did it, Mr. Nick.
Ow! She punches deceptively hard for a kid.
I believe in you. I kept saying to myself, Mr. Nick will save her. Mr. Nick will save her.
Thanks.
Oh,
What's wrong?
it's on Karma.
Oh,
Hello.
hi. About earlier. Thanks. Ow!
Why are you still smiling, Mr. Phoenix, right? You lost. Yeah, so. I got the justice. I got justice. Justice is important. Not to mention I just saved my best friend. From certain death. Your perfect win record has been now been crushed. And yet, you're still happy?
I don't think you'll ever understand, Miss Von Karma.
How dare you? What you have issue?
Don't worry. She may in time. After all, I was like that myself until a year ago.
Touché.
Edgeworth. For my own personal victories, and for guilty verdicts. I used every dirty trick in the book, and so my win record remains spotless. But
Then you came along.
a man appeared and stood fast against that selfish me. I fought him in my usual manner, and tasted my first defeat. I felt like I had lost everything because of that. And then,
That one case.
it was my turn to sit in the defendant's chair. And I was saved by that person I called my enemy. I couldn't forgive myself for all that had happened, so I left the prosecutor's office. And I left that note. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth chooses death.
Well, as you should have. As a prosecutor who has shamed himself with defeat, should crawl into a hole and die.
Didn't we beat you? Twice?
Like 5 times.
But that was not what happened. After I left the prosecutor's office, I finally came to realize something. And it was in that moment of clarity that everything began to change.
What foolish nonsense.
We prosecutors use anything we can to attack the defendant. But every time we did so, no matter how desperate the situation, instead of giving up like most people, that man would hold strong with his undying faith. And then, before I knew it, I began to trust in that man as well.
What? You trusted your enemy?
It doesn't matter how many underhanded tricks a person uses. The truth will always find a way to make itself known. The only thing we can do is to fight with the knowledge we hold in everything we have. Erasing the paradoxes one by one. It's never easy. We claw and scratch for every inch. But we will always eventually reach that one single truth. This I promise you. Is he becoming a defense lawyer? Is he like, I was on the wrong side here?
The truth?
Yes, that's the reason why prosecutors and defense attorneys exist. But I'm sure you knew that already, didn't you, Wright? That's why you couldn't forgive me. This man who went into hiding. Isn't that right? This man who only had his sights set on victory, who ran away into the night.
Ah! Is Mr. Edgeworth right, Mr. Nick? Stop saying Mr., please?
You really let me down. When you disappeared, I felt betrayed. The reason I decided to become a lawyer to begin with was because I believed in the things you said to me. All those years ago. And you betrayed your own words. That's why, 1 year ago, I made up my mind. I decided that the Miles Edgeworth I knew had died. At least, that's what I told myself.
You pathetic fool. It's some karma. I don't want to hear that wretched whimpering of a disgraced loser. Avant Karma is someone who is destined to be terrific. That's the woman who's been defeated like 5 times now. By moi. Your choice. Both of us.
Right.
Miles Edgeworth, you are no longer worthy. But it's in my name. It's in the guy's name.
Right, Edgeworth.
You are no longer worthy of being a Von Karma. I'm not. He's not. And neither am I. It's over. It's all over.
Franziska threw something on the ground just now. This is an electromagnetic receiver. Isn't that the thing she used to track Detective Gumshoe? I'll return this to the precinct later. There's something else.
It's her whip. Ah! Isn't that Miss Von Karma's whip?
I'll never set foot in another courtroom again. I'm sure that's what she's saying by this action. You should keep this, right?
Us?
Okay.
Nick!
It's gotta be Maya. Yeah. Maya!
Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya!
Yay!
Can we go grab some lunch? I'm starving.
Right? Yeah, that's it's great. I'm so glad that you rescued me and that everything's all good. I'm glad you came through for me. Can we have a burger? Like I have not eaten in 4 days.
Technically 2, but...
Pearl is starting to look delicious, okay?
Oh, Nick. I knew you would come through.
Give her something to eat for God's sake, says Milk.
You got unguard convicted. Like I knew you would. And on top of that, you even rescued me.
Well, of course I did. You know I would never desert you. But we sure pressed our luck this trial. You're really lucky to be standing here.
Whatever. Look, it's over, okay? Besides, even if I did croak, I would just come back and haunt you like a bad ghost through Curly.
Is it really that easy to do something like that? I mean, Mia does it all the time.
Thanks a lot, Nick.
Don't mention it. Maya.
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth.
I'm relieved you're all right.
Eh. It looks like you've made some real progress, Mr. Edgeworth.
Well, I suppose I'm a little different from who I was a year ago. Yep. I was waiting for that.
Yeah, me too. Alright. I think it's time we got out of this prison place.
Huh? Where are we going?
Food, Nick. Food. Grub, chow, I'm starved.
Food, Nick. Food!
So hungry, you even look like a nice juicy burger on a bun to me, Nick.
Also, remember how one of the last things Phoenix said to Maya before she got kidnapped was, "You're such a glutton, Maya." One of the last things that he said to her before she got kidnapped and starved was, "You just always eat, don't you?" Talk about guilt.
Yeah.
You think I look like a burger? I'm a prime rib at least.
Come on up, Mr. Edward, please.
If you insist.
Alright, so how about we set up our usual burger joint?
Oh, that was supposed to be me? Alright, how about if we hit up our usual burger joint?
Oh, that was you.
Yeah.
Don't be silly, Nick.
Huh?
This kid messed up that awesome evening. And got in the way of my gourmet food. So I decided that we have to make it by having another feast. Okay.
Another feast?
Come on, next food! I can't really blame you.
Right.
Like, I really can't.
March 23rd, 7:38 p.m. Gatewater Hotel. Hotel lobby.
Hey, pal. Sorry to keep you guys waiting.
Gumshoe, are you alright?
Yeah, but I'm really embarrassed. I didn't think I would hit a telephone pole of all things.
A telephone pole? Then it wasn't a red light that got him. You did it again, city boy. I felt like my dear old heart was gonna give out on me. And I ain't joking.
Yeah, it was more exciting than the very last episode of the Steel Samurai.
Thanks. Now looky here, Mr. Snooty Prosecutor. Don't you reckon you bullied Mr. Wright too hard? If you don't start being a lot nicer to him, he might just kick it. Tonight even. I'll keep that in mind. Well, come on now. Everyone gather around. Y'all are gonna get your picture taken by a genuine professional photographer. Looks like Lotta bought herself a new camera. I got this one at the dollar store.
I wonder if Mia's gonna show up in it again.
She probably will. She's probably gonna show up in the picture again. That's right, I forgot that Lotta took a picture last game too.
Yeah, last time.
Well, pal, at least we can put this messy case behind us now. Come on, tonight's all about eating, so let's go chow down, pal.
Amen to that, pal. Amen.
You know, when you think about it, you were the one who saved the day, Detective. Huh? Me? You really think so?
He's right. If it wasn't for the 3 items you took, I think this trial would have had a very different ending.
Oh, well, you know, it's... Huh? Wait. That's odd.
What?
When I ran off with the things from the killer's hideout. I was sure I took 4 things in total, sir.
I knew it.
So Franziska's hiding something?
Either that or the killer managed to sneak off or something.
No, he left with 4 things in his hands.
Maybe.
Meaning Franziska found the 4 items and gave us 3 of them. What is she hiding from us?
What? 4?
Yeah, I'm sure I put one of the items in my coat pocket.
There was a 4th item? Aw, come on, y'all. It's over. Watch, it was a piece of paper that said, I, Shelley the Killer, have a client named Matt Ungard.
Probably his contract or something.
But whoo boy, I tell you, you really are something else. Between getting accused of murder and getting kidnapped, never a dull moment with you, huh?
You think?
Why does she look so happy about that?
But being shut away for 2 whole days? Were you scared? Yeah, it was really scary. I felt so hopeless. So to keep my mind off of things, I drew a picture.
Sounds like you had it rough, gal. So where's this picture of yours?
Yeah, I want to see it. I want to see Miss Big Maya's picture.
Maybe that was the 4th item.
Maybe. You know, I don't know where it went. That's too bad. Well, it's alright. It wasn't anything important anyway.
It's gonna be the picture, and Franziska took it, and Franziska's gonna be looking at it going, maybe there is something to this whole friendship thing. This is gonna be like a picture of Maya and Phoenix holding hands or something.
Yeah.
And so she's gonna be like, Ah. It sure is nice to finally see them both smiling again. Why?
I forgot we still have the thing.
What is it, Edgeworth? This thing is picking something up.
Sure it's not... Are you sure it's not Gumshoe?
It would have been going off the whole time we were with Gumshoe. I think it goes off of Gumshoe's coat. And who has Gumshoe's coat?
No, that's Miss Von Karma's receiver. Ugh, thanks to her, I had the most awful experience of my life, sir. Can't believe she stuck a tracking device on me.
That's odd. Even though you're standing right here. The tracking device seems to be in a different location.
Oh, it's probably busted or something, sir.
Well, it doesn't matter. I'm afraid it's about time for me to excuse myself. I still have some work to do.
Huh? So Mr. Edgeworth, you haven't even eaten anything yet.
And you've eaten way too much, you glutton. I had fun tonight. Now if you'll excuse me. Wait. What? I just want to say, thanks, Edgeworth. You really saved me out there. If anyone should be saying thanks, it should be me, right? But I'm not going to.
Because of Edgeworth.
I feel like words alone aren't enough here. I wonder if there's anything I can give him to express how I feel.
Is there?
We just take the note and just scribble out Celeste and write Phoenix. With love, Phoenix. The only thing I can think of would be the attorney's badge or the whip.
I say give him the whip.
You say give him the whip?
We need the attorney's badge. Why would we give him our own badge?
Because we show it to him and go, look, remember, this is why I became an attorney in the first place, was because of you. I mean it. Thank you. I'm going to look up the answer, though, because I didn't say it beforehand. But I want to go on record as saying that it should be the badge. Now I want to see if I was right. There were a lot of sections to this. Here we go. Unless Milk wants to maybe think about how to show gratitude to someone else who helped you. What?
Just give us a straight up answer.
You have to realize, Milk, we're dumb.
What?
I said you have to realize, Milk, we're dumb.
Oh, you're talking to him.
Yes.
I thought it was something you just pulled up in the chat.
No. I honestly can't even find anything that says what you're supposed to give him. And I don't want to give him the wrong thing. He says whip. Why would we give him the whip? But okay. I think it should be the badge. I think we should show him the badge and be like, look, remember this? Yeah, it's because of you. I guess the whip.
I said the whip.
What's this? Thank you. It's all thanks to you two. Okay. Because we're not saying thank you to just him. We're saying thank you to Franziska as well. So we're going here. Here's her whip. It's thanks to you and her.
I wonder if he's going to use that in court now.
Right? You and her. You don't need to thank me. I was only doing my job. He smiled.
So it's like Mr. Edward is left, Mr. Nick.
Oh, right. Because Edgeworth is excusing himself to go somewhere else after the transmitter went off. He's worried about her. Edgeworth is worried about Franziska. Because, I mean, she's practically like his adoptive sister.
Yeah.
So, after the transceiver went off, he goes, I need to leave and do something. So we've got to be like, here's her whip. Go ahead and give it back to her. Thank you, both of you. Tell her I said thanks. Makes sense in hindsight.
Hey, I said it. Hey, Mr. Kamaya? Yep, really? I guess you two can go back to OW, right? Oh my god. You and Mr. Nick, I mean. But Pearly, would you cut it out already? You're embarrassing me.
Anyway. So, who's paying for this lovely dinner party?
That's if you need to ask. Really? Really, Maya? Seriously? Everyone say thank you, Mr. Nick.
Huh?
Yeah. I'm kind of at the point where I can't even buy instant noodles, pal. So I kind of already put your name on the bill.
Huh? Yeah, I got me a situation just like that myself. There's this camera shop in this hotel, see? And I just bought myself this good old beauty here. It better be anyhow for $3,000. Huh? Actually, I reckon you bought it for me since it's on your tab and all. Oh my god, she bought the camera under our name too. Huh?
Isn't this great, Mr. Nick? No, it's not great.
Those decisions at the end of the case always give me anxiety to 200%. I know, because it's like, I must give you the right item to show my gratitude or to show that she still cared about you. And I really don't want to mess it up.
Yeah, Nick.
Why do I suddenly feel like screaming? Aw, you don't need to hold back now, you hear?
Yeah, pal. Time to let it all out.
This is gonna be the first time I hear real you. Come on, it's been a while since I heard you say it. I've been busy being a hostage and all.
All right then, if you say so. Oh, that's the end of the game?
That was the end of the second game. You really came through for me. Blah, blah, blah. That's too fast.
I had to hide the letter, but I knew you'd find it. Really feel like I've been living on the edge lately. I mean, I've escaped death 3 times now. Pretty cool, huh? I feel like a pro. Remember, I don't push the button here. They
Yeah,
just
I
keep
know.
on talking.
So you're gonna have to reform me.
I'm so happy that you could save Mr. Mime, Mr. Nick. I'm so happy for the two of you. Speaking of which, I think this hotel is a popular place for honeymooners. So I sort of made reservations for the two of you, just in case.
Really? Really, girls?
You're welcome.
Well, pal, it looks like I'm back on the force again. Mr. Edgeworth had a long talk with the chief, and he got me reinstated for my sake. I heard he said things like, letting that one go is bad for all of society. I knew it! Crashing headlong into everything is the only way to live, pal.
He really shouldn't be out in the world. He'll destroy something.
Oh yeah, I remember her.
I, Maggie Bird, am retiring this uniform as of today, sir. I'm going to be a waitress from now on. And bring smiles and joy to the people who come by the restaurant, sir. I hope you'll stop by sometime, Mr. Wright.
Do you think she would make a good waitress?
Possibly.
Yeah.
Yes. Are you here to visit a patient? I'm Director Huddy. Recently, yes. That girl, you know. Haven't seen her around. Yes. But I remember, if I even laid so much as an eye on her, it would go crack. It didn't matter if I got whipped, though. Yes. It's time to begin our quest of world circus domination, sweetie. And to let the world know we are serious, I plan to make a fabulous flight to Zimbabwe.
Hey Max, what do you think Zimbabwe's like? Do you think there are castles made of cake and bunnies who can talk?
I think if there are any talking bunnies, even they won't laugh at Moe's jokes.
I can't do a 16-year-old girl's voice, sorry.
Yeah, I know.
I'm ready. I'm ready. There's no way these jokes are gonna fall on deaf ears. I'm going to be more contemporary with my humor. Mo Curls represent. We've got our new act all worked out. Prepare for the Hallelujah chorus. Say something, will you? You're supposed to start this off. Get on with it. What's this? Drat, it's just an ordinary electric razor recharging on a stand. I can't believe this. Really? How long do they plan on making me do this? Ah, but it's Edgy Poo's idea, so that means it must have a deep hidden meaning. But why do I get the feeling they wouldn't forget about me, would they? Ah, it was never like this in the old days. Everyone thought the world of me. They used to call me Queen Wendy and treat me like royalty, and any man who didn't, there's gonna feel the pain of my heel. Yes, I'm gonna feel the burn. Playing with fire is very dangerous, and where they stole the scenery will burn down just like that.
Take a breath.
I was waiting for that.
Anybody would be at this point. Anybody would be by this point, Sheldon. Even I know that.
I appreciate everything you and Mr. Edgeworth did for me, from the bottom of my heart. Oh, that's right. I received a letter from Miss Von Karma. She said that after I get out, I should feel free to consult her about anything at all. I'm really thankful to have met everyone.
It has become difficult for me in this country as of late. As such, I will take a short leave of absence. If you'd like to request my services, please be sure to visit my homepage. May we both be blessed with longevity. www.killer.com.
And the thing, I don't know what it's called.
Transceiver.
Radio.
March 23rd, 9:42 p.m.
She made
International departures, Gate 12. Why?
With a what?
Where are you going, Franziska?
How did you know I was here?
With this.
This.
I heard you were planting things on a certain person. Things like tracking devices in his coat, for example.
That's just like you. I only planted it there because he was always wearing it. This filthy drab coat of his. I don't know how it ended up in my luggage. But going in the trash, I promise you that.
Oh, that's right. Speaking of that man, he told me something very interesting.
When I ran off with the things from the killer's hideout, I was sure I took 4 things in total, sir.
4 things?
It seems he put the last one in his coat pocket.
You put it in here? It doesn't matter anymore. This case is already over.
What are you going to do now?
That's none of your business.
Are you running away?
Shut up. You don't understand a thing. You can't possibly understand what it means to be Manfred von Karma's daughter.
Franziska.
So many expectations
Mm-hmm.
from everyone around me. Expectations I must fulfill. I'm expected to win no matter what. And failure? Such a thing is not an option for me. My father was a genius. There's no doubt about that. But to me, I'm not a genius. I've always known that. But I had to be the one. I had to.
You may not be a genius like your father, but you are a prosecutor. You have been and always will be.
No, not anymore. I've even thrown away my whip away.
Speaking of that, Wright gave me this to hold on to. Right. You knew something like this would happen, didn't you? I'm going to say this again. We prosecutors do not fight for personal honor or pride. I hope you will think deeply about what you should be striking down with that whip.
You haven't changed a bit. You've always left me alone and walked ahead without me. Miles Edward, I've always hated you. And then, finally, my chance to take my revenge on you arrived. If I could win against that man, if I can make Phoenix Wright bow down in defeat.
That's why she was so pushy to try and win against us. Wasn't so much for her perfect record. She wanted to prove that she was better than Edgeworth.
Then this girl you left behind would have risen higher than you. That was supposed to be my revenge. That's what you meant. Why you kept saying revenge,
Right.
revenge, revenge.
I see.
You know, I can't do it. I can't change who I am. I can't throw away everything I've been until today.
I believe you can. Just like how Adrian Andrews did.
Adrian Andrews.
You were going to use her during the trial, right? But you were dependent on your father by using his tactics. Isn't that right? Today, you chased after me after I had left you behind all these years. And that's why we're standing here now, side by side. But I have no intention of stopping. If you say you're going to quit your walk down the prosecutor's path, then this is where we part ways, Franziska von Karma.
She's crying?
Yeah,
I am Franziska von Karma. I don't think I'm going to walk in your
no,
shadow for.
no, I don't.
Don't think I'm going to walk in your shadow forever. Our battle begins now. So you had better prepare yourself, Miles Edgeworth.
Aw. He's like, you want to surpass me? Because I'm not going to stop going. So if you want to surpass me, you better keep going too. Phoenix Wright. One day, someday, I'm sure we'll meet again in battle. This is supposed to be Franziska, sorry.
Until then, Black Piece of Evidence will never make it to you.
Never made it to you.
Jeremy, I'll take good care of this fourth piece. So I can give it to you. When at last we meet again.
It's got to be a picture of Maya and Phoenix. Aww.
So what does this say?
Nick.
Nick.
She took the calling card and drew his face on it. Aww. Farewell, my turnabout. Yeah, there's so much on her shoulders. She's been under so much pressure.
But that's all over now. Now on to the third game.
Right?
That ended a lot quicker than I thought it was gonna.
Yeah, well, remember, we stopped halfway through the last part. We stopped at guilty or not guilty.
Hey, can you pull me up?
Yes.
I thought there was gonna be like another trial after that.
But I'll
Another
tell
after
you
that.
all about it when I see you again. Whoa. Whoa.
Wait, are you?
But yeah. So what were your thoughts on the second part?
Not bad, not bad.
Not bad. Okay.
So what do you say?
I think it was good.
No, I mean like stop there or
Well, it's 10 o'clock. I think we should keep it separated. So, next stream, we'll start the third game.
okay.
Okay? So yeah, this was a slightly shorter stream. It was only 2 hours. Not even 2 hours. But we beat...
The second game.
You know, we had some trouble figuring out if he was going to be guilty or not guilty. But we ended up going for the side of justice. Because we were fighting for justice for all.
Say that again.
We fought for the side of justice instead of for our own personal gain. Because we fought for justice for all.
Yes, I know. That's the title. That's a weird joke.
Well, you said say that again.
That's because I didn't hear you.
So I said it again.
That's because I didn't hear you.
Yeah, so I said it again. But anyway, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, guys. I hope you. Okay, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Sorry, that's my hearing aid. In case you hear that, it was touching the pillow. That's that. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's stream. I know it was a short one, but we'll try to make Monday's stream a lot longer.
Well, it'll have to be. If we start the third game, we're going to be starting a brand new trial.
Oh yeah, I know.
How much you want to bet we're going to be fighting against Payne again?
Oh.
He seems to be the tutorial prosecutor.
Yeah, but like, how are they gonna? Okay, I've noticed that when we start like a new game, they like give us like a recap of how the controls work and
Yes.
such.
Well, they have to. Because remember, when these games came out, like, I think the first game came out in 2014. The second game came out in, like... Actually, no. When did they come out? Let me see. Phoenix Wright release date. Google, come on. Google, come on. Google, come on! Really? Yes, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney came out October 12th, 2001. Justice for All came out October 18th, 2002. And the third one, which I happen to know the name of, Trials and Tribulations, came out January 23rd, 2004. So, 2001, 2002, 2004. So,
They got
when the
50
next
here.
game comes out, they're like, okay, do you remember how to play the game? Let's remind you. Plus, a lot of people would start halfway through
No,
the games.
what I was gonna say, I'm kind of curious of how they're gonna do that, cause like the first time, obviously we were a newbie.
Yes.
Then the second time,
We had
we got
amnesia.
conked on the head.
Oh, so you're saying how are they going to explain it?
Yeah, how are they gonna do that?
I don't know. Because it would be kind of dumb if they
Yeah,
did.
just gave us amnesia again.
You know what they could do?
What?
They could go back in time.
Why would they?
Not like actually like Phoenix right now goes back in time. I'm saying they go back in time to like when Phoenix was a kid. And we do the trial of the missing lunch money. And that's the first trial, is the trial of the missing lunch money.
Well, we were the one in the defendant chair.
Yeah.
So why would we be our own
I
lawyer?
don't know. I'm just thinking. I'm brainstorming. I'm spitballing. I'm doing many verbs.
I'm sure we'll find a way.
Yes.
There's probably one extremely obvious way that was just something,
Right.
because we're dumb.
Glad you two enjoyed the game. Bye-bye. Like 2006 or something like that. They be old, lol. Even older, dang. They were in Game Boy Advance first, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. The first 2 games were on Game Boy Advance, I think. The third one, I think, was on DS. And then when they re-released the first game on DS, they added the one with Emma Sky. That's actually how I played the game
I
first.
missed the fingerprinting.
Yes. Filling the whole screen with fingerprint text.
I missed that.
Yeah. I wish that there was a way to, if they remake these games for PlayStation 5, then they'll probably have the same stuff that the DS version had. Because the DS had a microphone. So you'd literally blow away the dust and yell objection. And the PlayStation 5 has a microphone built into the controller.
Ooh.
Yeah. I just hope that they make more of the Ace Attorney games. Because there's some that are on like the Nintendo Wii and stuff. There's a 3DS one. There's a whole bunch. There's like
I have a
7.
2DS.
Yeah. There's like 7 Phoenix Wright games.
And we only played 3 so far? It's all
We
2?
played 2.
2, technically?
Yeah. But yeah, this one only has 3 of the games.
I thought there was only 3.
Oh no, there's 7. One of which you can, next time you see Casey, ask her where my Phoenix Wright is.
It's what Phoenix Wright.
Exactly. She got me Phoenix Wright, the 3DS Phoenix Wright, for my birthday. 7 years ago. It never showed up.
Why did it...
I don't know. But yeah, next time you see Casey, say, hey, where's Sheldon's Phoenix Wright? He was asking. She'll be like, ugh.
I don't think I'll ever remember.
PS5 also has a touchpad thing, maybe good for fingerprints and other mechanics. Yeah, I mean, the PS4 has a touchpad too, that we never end up using.
Unless we're playing Rayman? Rayman?
Rayman.
Rayman. That was close.
But no, I'm saying, Milk is saying the PlayStation 5 has a microphone so you can blow away dust in the yellow direction, and it has a touchscreen, so we could, like, dust for prints. But anyway.
So yes, I'm excited what's gonna happen in the next game.
Yeah!
And we hope this... Because now we're more blind than we've ever been.
Oh yeah, because I know nothing about the third game. Except that it's called Phoenix Wright Trials and Tribulations. Or Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations. It's
So, yeah.
called Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations.
So yeah, we hope to see you guys there. Monday, and we... Yeah. Hope to see you for more, so bye guys!
Farewell. Mr. Lawyer. As if.